Good morning. Who monitors the monitor? Seemingly, we have convinced citizens that we are the problem, that citizens are the problem. We are watching in real time every time something happens. It is the citizen that is not the lawmaker, that is not the representative, that is held accountable for all of the problems. Please listen to me, Floridians. Please listen to me, U.S. citizens. Once you vote your lawmaker, your representative into office, that's it for your position. That's it. But somehow, citizens are arguing amongst each other as if the opinion that has no weight in legislation is the issue. You can't get me to believe that you thought it was a good idea to vote this person in. Doesn't matter because that person who got voted in is making those decisions. It is not the citizen. It does not matter about the citizen's opinion. Who do you think honestly came up with the term peasant? It was not the elected or highest authority of the land that has ever been considered to be a peasant. That has always been something that has been looked down upon or punched down on. Listen to what we do not use in our current vocabulary today. We do not talk about upper and middle classes. We do not use class terminology. They removed it, but it is still ready and relevant. And it's important to decide who's going to monitor the monitor. Right now, we are watching the blueprint be put in place. There's a ton of fires, and citizens are saying, "Yeah, get rid of all of the jobs that we work in the private sector, that they do in the government or federal sector. Yeah, get them out of there. Get them out of there. Get them out of there." You mean to tell me that the problem is the people who process the work of the individuals that are in charge? That's the problem? Not the individuals who are in charge who are making the adverse decisions and making the adverse laws and breaking the rules and not able to come to a budget conclusion. The problem is the citizen. The same citizen who cannot and does not have any legislative authority outside of voting for a representative. And the citizen is the problem? Absolutely not. This is why direct democracy in a period of legislative authority is so necessary. Because we are continuing to blame the non elected individuals, when the problem is the people who we elect, who want to enact the things that have been detrimental or not been useful, or we found out after time has passed that they knew a decision that was going to be made was not going to benefit the citizens, which caused unrest with the citizens. Now you have citizens that are going to have the same argument. Where will the argument be when a citizen says, "No, Governor Glover, I do not agree that we should have a law that says that when you want to be an elected official, from the time you sign that documentation and get it back from Tallahassee, that you can no longer present us with false information, that you must take out the time before you speak to us on any platform in any means to influence our decision, it must be factual. You must present the terminology that says this is my opinion as opposed to this is a fact." That's important. You need to present references. Who's going to argue that that should not happen? Will there be someone that will say, "Hey, lying is a form of free speech"? Will that be the argument that we go to? Lying is a form of free speech, and you are infringing on my free speech if you don't allow me to lie to you. Who monitors the monitor? That's why I'm running for governor, to let you monitor the monitor. Stop blaming each other when you don't have a say so. What is difficult about understanding that? Yes, yes, we have voted for individuals who have done things or been manipulated or been bought off because we're watching it happen. And everybody who has been a part of the voting society is a part of that problem. So let's do something different. Let's do something different. Let's bring a little of that authority to the citizens. So then you can say, hey, friend, family, mother, father, sister, brother, you voted for this, knowing this information, because we're networking and working together. It's important that the monitor also be monitored. That's important. That's why we had a circle, right? We had our legislative, executive, and judicial branch in this circle, each one of them holding each other in check, so neither one could do too much or take too much power and push things in the wrong way, because we are susceptible to not always doing the right thing as people. We are susceptible. So you need a mechanism of checks and balances to always be in place. But there is a position of that circle that was left out, and it's the citizens. How do we go back and answer to the individuals who put us where they put us? How do we answer to them? How do they hold us accountable? If they can't do anything to me until it's time to not re-elect me because I've been horrible, that's wrong. I'm drawing a line in the sand right here saying it's wrong. You can look at every video I've done. I do not cut corners on this. You will not find me using derogatory language. It's because I don't cuss in front of my children. That's a standard that I have. My children may see this one day, and I do my best when I am in front of them or around them to never use foul language. I don't stop other people from using foul language, but I just don't do it for me. I don't do it for me. It's just a standard that I had, and I developed it out of the blue. I just didn't want to do it because I never wanted to make it seem like I was, hypocritical in the way I raised them. That's how I hold a standard. That's the sole reason when I get on here, I don't curse. But if you were to meet me in person and be having a regular conversation where we're regular talking, you may hear me use an explicitive or two. That's just what I would do. But when I stand in front of my kids, there's a standard that I've always maintained. And it just sticks with me. I think it's so much that it's a part of me. Because when it comes down to who monitors the monitor, they're monitoring me. I'm their monitor and they're monitoring me. They may like or dislike certain things that I say because they're monitoring me. They may like and dislike certain things that I do because they're monitoring me. And they do have a way to invoke that authority. Dad, I'm not going to speak to you. Dad, I'm just not going to deal with you. Invoke your authority. You're allowed to do that when you get to a certain age. Have at it. We need to be very particular at wanting to monitor the monitors. It's super important. It's super important. And we need to really understand that, yes, you're not absolved of making bad decisions that affect people, You're not absolved of that at all. But I do give you the grace of understanding that what you may have thought could be that this was best for everybody. So help me put us in a position to where we don't continue to give too much power to our monitors to a point to where there is a point of no return. And it does get there. We haven't had wars throughout history or uprisings throughout history. Those are places that reach a point of no return. This is my plea, so that if we reach a place of no return, at least I do it with the conscience of understanding that citizens did not want to monitor their monitors. That's very important to me. You guys have a great day.